ena edi hobeto no na brofo no so ba na nyina ya Asante kingdom no de fameto was na Asante. Whoa. But when the rain started to rain hard, and most of the people was deprived to work and gained money to take care of themselves, people were looking for shortcuts. Into what we talk what to omunti. Osa abegyina abonti aso otum fo se mo asanse mu hia nto otu fo nto ma obro se ma hia na wo ma obro se ma hia was a matter of lies distorting na panyira sama wotena abonti kai no osa abeka opposite of them. Now people with a very shadow minded stay under your comment section calling you wise. Where are we going? They are not even asking you questions. Well, I shouldn't even bring this issue up. Said them the antagonistic you. Because every wise person will never ever waste their time on you. Nasa wo hinne ya wo twia wo ka. Me me so wo twia wo kenti umti asia me. Me se na Agyeman bedu twia wo. Nana Kojo Agyeman the history wo twia wo ka. Ti sa wo se me boa fashion up fa kosia bomdua. Me dini ma me adwa bomdua. Oji akatwia. Ti se Agyeman ayi lawyer no chefrepon. Na ade ba ko ahye nso ne se wukofa Rattray ni book bi according to you no otwero na 1923 Sikadwa ho na mpese nkrofo tie. I just don't want to say it. I just want people to listen. Na ya hwe se nyansa wo de okanimo.
The first, Nelly, no cancer.
Okay.
The title me Ashanti. Portray Sabu Way 1923. Now, ye back in kind amati for a tea. Na tea for Motia. A seminal, a between our pata. Sikadwa sensema abeto abefo kasafidi ntentenswa ekamia yese ibetimi ama oman kura na subie abono no yeni meze nyame Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ebefa so afata santo kwa na Ashanti written by Captain R.S. Rattray Senior Madikaka the book Negro University Press and the publisher here New York, Washington, Abontenso. But of Wayan Sebria Yanko Kinkai near Ura Rattray on Kafa Asante Sikadwa. Chapter 23 of the book, no? Chapter XX III Roman numerals 23 or see the Golden Stool. Or see recent events in Kumasi have once again brought into prominence the Golden Stool. Misconceptions, if not total ignorance in the past, concerning this object have been the cause of at least one costly expedition. And I believe there is still much which requires to be examined and more fully understood in connection with this symbol. The supposed desecration or destruction of which has thrown the Ashanti people into national mourning. During my years' residence in Ashanti, I have, like all officials, avoided any questions, direct or indirect, concerning this subject. not wishing to offend susceptibility of the Ashanti by discussing this somewhat delicate question, and I doubt whether any results would have been obtained had I done so. Near Rattray, all country in Titian said, Sikadwa said, a yadi be a very tipaye, Emma Britain, a fine, Anokye, Ghana, so, and a book so. Ma Anokye home, Emma Britain, a fine, Ano Ghana, a boka to a month to so we both must say, a governor Watson. Say over book must say, now what beji sell Golden Stool.
Epacho, oyo sikuli. Mijiri se unni mu hwe kura sisi Ghana no. E kabrofo kasa wote. Hwe brofo kasa okan. Epacho as interpretation o mai. Mibusa. Brofo kasa okan ye no, ehu interpretation o mai. Brofo kasa o mai ne se. Papa e fen Rattray. Ebrebi baya onya setena e wa Asante memo. Je say obeye residents e wa Asante memo. Na sebi enya resebi abrawo. Governors asa abre no onum ye British. Governors no onum wo Asante memo ho. Ane natives e mo ye Asante kingdom mu nipa no. Sebi bi kura kosi fa Sikadwa ho a na to omo ne abesenwe. Na abrofo na no mo ye governors okon mo ho. Na onum bie ni ho a opese or discussing issue about Sikadwa no. Esanse na onum pese. Wonum koka Sikadwa ho asem. Na akwakoye nsem bebre. Esanse Sikadwa no seni asantefo omu susue na omu gidie wo Sikadwa no munti. Epato on seni osi kire mu no. Koso e.
Oba kumase oni na soja for sebe pepe Golden Stool no aje. Na asantefo te se Britain aban governor no wa kra aba se Golden Stool yemfama semfa Golden Stool no emano no. Amanfo ekagyajo ebinum ebo brichi company na eye ayreho sempa. Na nena odino wa Asante maimu no. O yese Sikadwa senia ehon asemsitie no. Ono de kra no kana ompese okamu asem. Namso no ekodu babi no. O yese no. Asante fuske.
Ebacho mesa ma akwache na watie brofo ni why?
Tasanto kwa. Ewa Asante maimu. Entina chese. Tebe ya so ho a. Ehun asem ebeye dede ewa befo. Ogo ya mamodidin. Papa no mami na Scottish for the free Scotland.
I don't hear about food you mama why Mr.
Britain and Jeho or maybe or friend Scotland. Some minor eka Britain. Eka Great Britain eka Hubi. Yewono 1881 ewo India. Ena owuye 1938. Now British colonial government ele denopa Ghana and Gokus Sabre. Yede ne betra Kumasi. Na Juma British administration and British colonial government audition and Sane said na oye Gokus custom In 1906, in a British administration, I appointed a Goko's custom officer and his station of Kumasi. In 1911, Robert Sutherland, Rattray, captain, every year assistant district commissioner of Edura. 1920, British government as appointed head of anthropological department set up in Ashanti. 1911, the year assistant district commissioner of Edura. 1920, and a year head of anthropological department set up in Ashanti. Now, anthropological department, you know, it is a Abrofono Britain for no ABBA as we be a Nabehe, Asante, Amamre, Mani, and Abacosim, they move him. Now, Ura Rattray, Emma, you did not to a no Santimemu. In Tinacha said, or trans Antimemu, Echerepa. Now, if you want, or ye na Santimemu, no. Efa Asante Abakosem, any Amamre, or the bee, or Tretribi, or the big tree woman. The woman will be your friend, the tatter, no, a dear Gasoya or worry. It be a Ashanti good weights, or Trey Ashanti Law and Constitution in 1929, or Santre. Ashanti Proverbs in 1916. Rattray Ashanti Religion and Art in Ashanti in 1927. And Ashanti Tribes of the Ashanti Hinterland in 1932. And we the Adansi Trudeau said, Robert Sutherland Rattray. Odo Asante Abakosem Asante Amanie ni Amamre Enesanti Esompa Osum Asante Maimundino Owu Yano or Ebroni Owu Yano Enel Kumase Yedi Biabia Yefene Rattray Park Kumasi Metropolitan Authority and a Yisa Biano Seahall. Into the Rattray Park. And the year Robert Sutherland Rattray, R.S. Rattray, and the year Kaidu Edema. Nani Bukwa. It turns out no. Eye Ashanti no. Ebi ene kitami enuni ati for onhwe. The title may Ashanti. For Trace Way 1923. Now, ye becking kind of motive for a tea. Native for Motia. A seminal, a between our pata. Sikadwa Sensema Abeto Abe for Casafidin Tenswa. A camia said, a bit me Amma or my grana should be abono. Yenimese Nyame Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala Ebe Faso Apata Santo one. Na Ashanti written by Captain R.S. Rattray. Saying about the Kankam. The book with Negro University Press and the publisher here, New York, Washington, Abontenso. But of Wayan Sebra, Yam Cocking Kind, near Ura Rattray, on Kafa Asante Sikadwa. Chapter 23 of the book, no? Chapter XX, I, Roman numerals 23, or see the Golden Stool. Or see recent events in Kumasi have once again brought into prominence the Golden Stool. Misconceptions, if not total ignorance in the past, concerning this object have been the cause of at least one costly expedition. And I believe there is still much which requires to be examined and more fully understood in connection with this symbol. The supposed desecration or destruction of which has thrown the Ashanti people into national mourning. During my years' residence in Ashanti, I have, like all officials, avoided any questions, direct or indirect, concerning this subject, not wishing to offend susceptibility of the Ashanti by discussing this somewhat delicate question. And I doubt whether any results would have been obtained had I done so. Near Rattray, on country in Titian said, Sikadwa Semno, a yadi be a very tipaye, Emma Britain, a mine, Anokye, Ghana, Anagukuso. Ma Anokye home, Emma Britain, a mine, Ano Ghana, Eboka, to a month so we both say, Governor Watson. Say over Bokumase. Now Wabeji sell Golden Stool. Or Bokumase, on the Nasuja for 7 Pepe Golden Stool. Agyeman. Now, Santi Forte say, Britain are buying. Governor no one cry out say Golden Stool young farmer. Same for Golden Stool no a man. Among 4 acre Jajo, a bill a bobrichi company, not a year I will sempa. Nanena Odino was anti-Maimuno. Oh, yes, sir. Sikadwa senia a home asim city no. Ono de kra no kana ompese okamuasem. Namso no ekodru babi no. Oyese no. Asante force kedwen obepe ho abakosem atie. Mani bia osan ko Britain. Wanya asembi aka. Na wanya bibi so atro edit ato Aja Nchiriba. Also, it was only after the
Macho. You have first half year already. Oh, you're school. Ako school. Namjidi is a broth walking kind. What? It was clear and was well heard. Well, it's wow to broth your kind. Now what in Tiasia would and Chirasia watch the year? How? Mekura nyamena making kind. Yeah, me what refuse so. What say? Rattray no can was it. Nentro him say. So I heard Pempe Munia man a costo was Santimemo. Senya die gina gidi hunuswa. Ana ejina eniema somboma won mo na me won ti ase esan so no Rattray onya akonya beye residents of Kumasi obeye obi a wasetena hotel na oye se ade efiri Sikadwa no obepemu nsem wati na so na governors officials officials and so governors British governors governors no officials no on more. That would be mpese obeti Sikadwa no ho asem akyene no na wakofa asem bia de aba ana obi ampese obeka ho asem abo hu nkro akofa asem bia e de aba nti obi anka ho hwe no Rattray de oye so obegusu anu akọ ahwehwem ati Sikadwa no ho ama ne bo be woti asema no woka eti burafo apapa kan ye ho nkyerase na ode man krofo na etie no you almost see you are wise burafo ya papa Kojo Agyeman wokan ye ho nkyerase na okire mu no I am really surprised. Okay, yan kosuntie no
events of the last few years, when the West Sikadwa Golden Stool have been in every mouth, that I ventured to ask some of my friends among the Ashanti for its true history, and it anything less in connection with the subjects, the knowledge of which would help us to understand those deep feelings which have so clearly stirred these people and have caused so many of us to pause and ponder over the underlying causes of their visible grief. Nena onkane se nanso ekoba se British governor na oba kwase se obeji Sikadwa akọ ya already akra ka se mo for Sikadwa no mra na mentra so Preface the first nani no cancer se ya ode no ko se chess Preface edini nani butu form e pa cho so ankusiaga to kase e for Sikadwa no mra no mentra so no de ma asantefo bo birichi e wo mase abonte so ne no so de ka ono Rattray na koma se ani etesa de Sikadwa yi ne bisa asantefo mpanimfo na ba kire mi Sikadwa yi nisu ene ne ban na obisa bisa mu no ye ne research otre buku ya ye friend Ashanti na eye katafan eye ahanu aduwatwe
ebacho profo apapa kan yi asiye no kire mu I am just being pacific. Brofwa. Papa ya was say wako university abo masters in whatever. Brofwa ogina ho kan kire we as school ni. Ya wo comment won na ya say we ni nyansa no. Is that the interpretation of the English he read to you? Or say na brani mu no. Na abes obi e Sikadwa ho asem. Obi e Sikadwa ho asem. To no so odisi nani so say any sadia obehwehwem na wabusabusa mpanyini any asantefo no a ade a edesika na bakosem a edesikadwa no ho mepato we ni tietie ya o e ba bi arekofa e na prempe bet already no obo prempe din wo already no e ba cha o yanko back ene mecha kwara meche enye mase
officials avoided any questions, direct or indirect, concerning kama ompese okamuase for its true history and it anything less in connection.
But muntie brofo na why tie brofo ni mama
Ghana so ana buku so ma enoka ho Emma Britain abai no wo Ghana eboka abonte so odofo yan sebre
ka tie brofo ni mama
ni anko kenkai near Owura Rattray or Kafa Ashanti Sikadwa. Chapter 23 of the book, no? Chapter XXIII, Roman numerals.
Oh, connected.
Offend Sasset Governor Watson. That I ventured to ask some of my friends among the Ashanti for its true history, and anything Governor no Wakra Abba said Golden Stool Yamfama Semfa Golden Stool no Emmanuel. Among four acre Yadjo, Ibinum Ebo Bridge Company, not a year I will sempa. Nanena Odino was Antimaimuno. Oh, yes, sir. Sikadwa Senia Ehon Asim Citiano. Ono de Bra Kana Pese Okamuasem. Namsono Ekodu Babino. Oh, yes, sir, no. Asante Force Kedway, Obepe Abakosem Eti, Manibia Osan Compretila, when ya assembly akan. Now, when you be so outro edit at all, Chriba. It was only after the events of the last few years when the West Sikadwa Golden Stool have been in every month that I ventured to ask some of my friends among the Ashanti for its true history and anything else in connection with the subjects, the knowledge of which would help us to understand those deep feelings which have so clearly stirred these people and have caused so many of us to pause and ponder over the underlying causes of their visible grief. You're not all can say. Now, so Ekoba said, British governor. Now, Oba Kwasi said, Obeji Skebiakon. Yeah, only the Akra can say, Mum for Skebian and I'm in Traso. Preface the first, then leave no cancer. The ordinary course is yes. Preface Eddie, Lenny Butu form a patch. Jesus. So, Uncle Siaga. To Case and was Kajanum on Traso. There are no their man and Santa Fobo Brichi. There are also the car or no Rattray, Malcolm. I said, and yet at the Sunday as Kadray, Nebisa as Santa Fon Penny for number Chemi Sikadwa Nisu and an Ebay. Now, Obisa Bisa no year never said.
Mimiano, Eddie, I saw a champion in Nassam cause Nanasumwa. But all her brofo can ye. Brofo, Mr. Kojaji Macae. If I tell one tea, I say no tell me. Brofono, el kind in me. Or say, na some pempe anymore. Sikadwa be ya dibia. Obia ka ho ase medobiano ye obia ka sikadwa. Aniti ema wono so yese. Wo be hwehwe. Se sikadwa no, sa subject no, ana object sikadwa no, oba abakose meda ho. Eti ano ye ma opincha asante. Efo mpanimfo ni bi. So obehwa de krontia. Ye bo sikadwa din a, ana se bibi kura na sikadwa no. Na many penny na adekura connected to Sikadwa na se bibi kura ba na many pasantemani nyina no sebi nyado na obia the mood ne feeling asesa. This is the English. Papai she baby and prempe be butu form and a commissioner the cast commissioner officials now also one person be cast Sikadwa no once and a prempe butu form, and what nim butu form, and a governor and so on famano, and a santifobo breachy. Is that the English now can as you know? Hey, okay.
Jeez, that's a bold move. Wires could save you up to 75.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You is only 12:30.
Oh, now have an go to here.
We are the Mamfa Oko Library days. Ose Tutu was informed to pause and ponder over the underlying causes of the to among two solvable Kumase, Governor Watson. Say overable Kumase should be abominable. Yenimize.
Oh,
A
quite cry.
And have caused so many of us to pause and ponder over the underlying causes of their visible.
Can you bond the animal quiet?
You're not all can say. Now, so Ekoba said, British governor
I had your account.
formed, and a great gathering was held in Kumasi in the presence of the king and the queen mother, one Manu. The chief of Kukufu called Jami and the Kukufu queen mother, Ajua Pinaman, and many others. Anokye, in the presence of a huge multitude, with the help of his supernatural powers, is stated to have brought down from the sky in a black cloud and amid rumblings and in air thick with white dust. A wooden stool with 3 supports and partly covered with gold. What of war? As a matter of clarity, no Seveya ati for Mbetini Vincent Timbio. Ose Tutu was informed that a great gathering was held in Kumasi in the presence of the king and the queen mother, one man, and the chief of Kukufu called Jami, and the Kukufu queen mother, Adua Pinaman, and many others. Anokye, in the presence of a huge multitude, with the help of his supernatural power, is stated to have brought down from the sky in a black cloud and amid rumblings and in air thick with white dust. A wooden stool with 3 supports and partly covered with gold. Partly covered with gold. This stool did not fall to the earth, but alighted slowly upon Ose Tutu's knees. There were, according to some authorities, 2 brass bells on the stool when it first came from above. According to others, Anokye caused Ose Tutu to have 4 bells made, 2 of gold and 2 of brass, and to hang one on each side of the stool. Let me repeat that side too. This stool did not fall to earth, but alighted slowly upon Osei Tutu's knees. There were, according to some authorities, 2 brass bells on the stool when it came from above. According to others, Anokye caused Osei Tutu to have 4 bells made, 2 of gold and 2 of brass, and to hang one on each side of the stool. All of us subscribe and share. Rattray, Nasima can say. Okoye any research was anti-Maimuno, na obisa Sikadwa Kufido, Naseno. Near Asantim for a country and say. Or say to do the carne person a wood gadata. Or say to not timbi. Ne mammy and no ye him my friend Manu. Or also not Tiganubi. Kokofu hina ye friend Jame. Only Kokofu hima. Ah, ye friend a drop in a man. Ede Mamaka. Na Obia etiganubi. Na ho ena konfanochi oyi nkonya na behu se nso amunatum animu so ayete se smoke no wisi white ena akubia bi firi so ewuiem eba osi free sky onfanoche ene man free wiem eba ye no amesi obia nice ibesi osi tutu oyene no the nice na osi Sikadwa na ye kamo adiefo mamenka have you osi Anokye in the presence of a huge multitude, now don't also yipa, with the help of his supernatural power.
Cafe. I will say, Bonnie Udia. Sikadwa in the bonnet. Tis always so by this Sikadwa bonnet be good in Massey. I will say no interpretation. Or say, what who read no say. Or 2 4 said to was informed that there has been a gathering. It was a tuniho. It's as a sabrin, and not Chibo, and what I say. I can for me. And crow 40 touring in Ania Cassering in Abatanasi, and son was said to her back. And it was a, or said to was informed that there has been a gathering. And it's a gathering in Munose. Or he might a man, which is or said to my man who to see. And a Jama Cocofuhine, on in him. Mame adwa pramai omu nyina wo ho ana brofo a wo kan kire wo se edipa na ema wo sa testimony na santefo and this testimony ne ma wo omu na di reading no omu dis abakose ne ma Rattray na right kire se onya 2 section of abakose mo Sikadwa no na section omu de man ne se ade di free so ban amehwe form nemum e free soro Eban kakra. Ye ne ye edua. Ye di agudi gold, patri gold. Ye di agudi adran. Na ebi ni mu se. Na adoma tuntum yensasa ho. Ene bi ni mu so se. Anokye frempon. Emmomu ne kache otumfo ose tu se. Wonya adoma mienu a ye bronze. Mienu a ye gold. Na wonfa ebobo the 4 section no on fa mo baby a na da wo mu Sikadwa no sebie nya do ewie mu yetum na e friend say ayi emfutu fita so abo amani eso won say no si kire Emfutro fita. White dust. Emfutu fita. Abre ye crowd, that crowd. Emfutu, it was a free rubber. I'm a form. Name of my baby see or say to Naso. What kind of I just am near you who is hard. And people are under his comment section with this video. Say Abunya and Sabuakonyame. If this man is the one to describe his Abunya and Sabuakonyame, I will be so sad to the sense that they did not have people with wisdom. Okay.
Is stated to have brought down from the sky in a black cloud and amid rumblings and in air thick without white dust. A wooden stool, wooden, W-O-O-D-E-N, stool, with 3 supports and partly covered with gold. Na Anokye ekomieno. Akumia eba ye no na eye dua na de aye sesedwa. Kaneno de nananom na sesedwa na be ye. Eye sesedwa ne nano apa no eda so no eye miensa. Ena yede sika okon afofo babi.
Easy. What's it? Where testimony a Rattray say Asante form ebinum e kachire no abra na oye residents of Kumasi. O say ade free through ban na ye wooden stool. Ye partly gold, ye ka say be ye partly gold a semiti we. Ni ye bibia kata me ho nyina have been partly covered with bronze, partly covering with gold. So partly gold kire say e fani nyina ye dura ni gold. Afe tie entremu bi oma papa yi boy.
According to Rattray, eye sesedwa ena ye di sika ko aduru amba bi
Partly gold ye bia baby.
Na say idua ho ena ye di sika ko afọ according to Rattray.
Boy, it's not going to be easy.
I am Kojo. Ose, Anokye told Ose to do. There were, according to some authorities, 2 brass bells on the stool when it first came from above. According to others, Anokye caused Ose to do to have 4 bells made. 2 of gold and 2 of brass, and to hang one on each side of the stool. Anna Rattray say, as a timpan for catcher, say, Sikadwa no ba ye no na adoma mienu ena na ebo Sikadwa no ho. Na okomfo Anokye e catcher o say tutu say Odum fadin sanye adoma nine nka ho. Oma brassmates and goldsmiths ba be good a woodman and not the be woodman. Fa benye Johnny Miesa adoma krinkri and 9 sorry. Mienu bemfa sika akonye na mienu nso yemfa brass anase dade bi.
Sama who said catcher mo say mo mama dwiri mu na ho. Na sa historians brofo no kro mo kan o mo ntiase. And beside enanya me wan wase nkora akotworo English here no ma felisi pato. O say according to some ebinum opa kire say Sikadwa ni free roban na doma miensa bobo ho ene binum so pa kire se eya no che frimpon ene ka kire otufo se tu ye wodi kan se onya doma 9 mienu enye bronze mienu enye gold na wamfa emobobo Sikadwa no so wants some work. All right. Ready.
Enye not just enye nine. Now bemfa mobo Sikadwa no. Nine no yemfa mobo Sikadwa no fan. Miriam mo amuti me. Nkaibwa ana reporter every Captain Robert Sutherland Rattray midi kankan ho asem obetrans anti-mine the researcher oyeye the trace book we 1923 ya book we buy actually yipa oko library bia wo university abiwo na mo asema o kan for Sikadwa ho say asantefo mponimfo ene bo na mane sa na mo asema wake so ebesi ne obi ankotiam se ne awkan ye no oboa na ne awkan ye no se ne modicals actually no all this Sikadwa no free so ne buy na mum na eye sesega eye dua na ye dia ye na ye this ka ko adura ho nti na chese partly no eye dua na partly no so eye sika ho le ba ye no asa se no de na adoma mienu na ebo na Rattray o maye yan nti asese asantefo ahemfo eka kire no se o se tu eka kire sorry obri konfo Anokye o ka kire o se tu se Sikadwa ya abai sane ye adoma 9 mienu foska ko ne ye na mienu so fada di bini ne ye na fa bobo Sikadwa no na kire se adoma no be ye nsia na Sikadwa no adoma
so okay asema Rattray also was say Rattray say me 1923 Asante ni biele ni hwa wasore a compete asema Rattray na ode be ka simbia be si the paymaster na Agyeman bedu asema kan ne so e dey na Rattray kire say onya information free some of asantefo ankasa asante kings o say asantefo binumo no se binumu ka se Sikadwa no eba no na adoma ne bobo ho da ene binumu se da bi Sikadwa no ebai na free soro ba no eye dua ye di gold afra ho nyina na de di kan se ade e dua gold fra ho how would you know say dua se finfin one question to ask is I say they accept omo admit say na gold efra ho nyina so how would you know there was good inside? Maybe they tested it. Afei, Radley admit say, "Ade ni free soroba amehwe fom. Na emom emframa tuntum ni mununkurum kese si. Emma emframa kokko a ade ayi emfutu fita eboye atwi nipa koye so o admit. Ebi oso se banka krakra de besi otetu enaso. Ebi oso so Rattray admit say eniama wo kan nyina wonya firi asantefo bi mo ebinum sisei and woka Rally never ever right to say Sikadwa mfiri soro or admit say information onya say firi soro na emom it was wood covering with gold na emom nkrofo de adanse ene man na kire say ade ne free osoro musoro ba no na toma ebobo ho ene bi no say na toma ebobo ho na emom obrikwafo Anokye ene ma instruction ka kire o say to say onye enoma 9 mienu ye bronze mienu ayo first the gold ni en fama bo ho ebi so what say or say to know ho but who can dey no say he was informed said there was a gathering e che say na oni ho na emum abra nananom nyina tra ko nyina betena se wie no na ye kobo no amane ese otimi ba ti Rattray did not one jina ba bi anka say emfiri so re bai so we are listening to conclusion why
Siano, mienu, and according to Rattray's report, Asante for catcher and say, mienu, and if we real ebae, nipa na ye. And nine ebo no so de. And no nipa na de nansa ye.
Ebajo anyensia, papa wante brofo, or say. Some of them said, when the Golden Stool was ascending from heaven, there was 3 bells already on there. And some of them also said there wasn't any bell. Nemom a baby a no briko for anochi ma wotu for say to nyam kese. Yo dikan. Or yeah 4 adoma 9. Yeah mienu ye bronze and a mienu so aye gold. Omientie.
Subscribe na share.
Ano ani ya.
Nama ati phone kaye. Inti kase boiwi. Mere nkenka se mo asi.
Ya da se. Ano wo bon.
Fi yemi baba mu e. Etimia. Sikadwa ya kanka no. Se Rattray na no asema watwira to ho. O trese the researcher obisa something authorities say na be country no Ghana yaka no eye sesega ene good at ground it also partly made of gold and partly made of wood or see a wooden stool sana wadre ena domanu nipa de nsa ye nan edebo adoman siano mienu de o se ifrisoro no na ebo ho dada ena kire ne sa ye nan eka Miriam orofo wutie me
Brofo mu ko
ma se ma e o odi o eti se sa report we na Rattray dia badia ene ese bi ka se na do wa hene ka se Sikadwa no ba so so ho we eye news
Edi papa ne binomo sabi allow me to disrespect ebi ma juro from zano okay koso
asema e wo book ni o enti enye news enye asema ewu SSN ka ye kasa ho me no kura baby ya bebrese e wo man because Rattray ya na research 1923 how many years now 100 years and of dress if you were London you were University of Ghana library
I permit me to thank God say I'm too wise. And say I don't have any position in life. I have not made life better for myself. But I'm so proud to say I'm so smart. As an Akan woman, as an Asante woman, and I thank God say after all, I'm going university now. But when it comes to English, say English yes, yeah. I think say me one of the best so far compared to some of you. Yeah, more from scholars and stuff. Ebi also so papa etimi admit say Rattray abra o ye wo no sebi ni book itu ho mfi o hani na se Rattray kan asasem we na santeman asantefo entimi an challenge sa book yi a That's na Agyeman bedu ba bonte be ka se Sikadwa ne asoso emfiri soro na yesi okonfo bi na baaye e na odi Sikadwa e baaye na okonfo bi amfa Sikadwa ma. What has it got to do with the book? As somebody that reason and you will be a winning adwina. How does that got to do with the book? Because in the book, Rattray say information on onya free asantifo ni bin mo. And those days, some person will be telling you how many people in those days know how to read and write. How many schools was established? How many people even understand English language? And how many people even know that this book even existed? Because this book was published in America. They published in America. And besides, Rattray what is problem with it? Or say, at the end, if it is so, Rattray admitted say, obri comfort have mystical powers. And at the end, if it is so, none of me now boy just shy. Me a boy you wrote 2 4 say to a man by. Ne mammy men could see ho. Coco Fuhima, put a mine in a hinijama, on me now. Now the end first ban, it come from the sky. A man metaphor name Mumba Kakra ma. Munukrum, Essie, a betchy sign. Amen from a fitter boy. Manati fitter, a pue, every day, baby biara. And a bessie or 2 4 say to us. Now, Brabano, a binuman then nality story, not any say. Ye say a wooden store, ye di gold, a catahon. Ne binumo say, Eba na doma ebobohon. And the binumo say, Eba na doma mobohon. Na obriko for noche. And a man, or say to, a ya doma edebobohon. So how does it compare with the one in Agyeman bedu do kaeno? What in Agyeman bedu si ade ani asoso? Ade no so wa de meti say rat say firi soro. What in Agyeman bedu say emfiri soro konfa no tibie na obeyi bibie firi soro. What in Agyeman bedu say ade no sabi ohun konfo bi obetimi ama gold firi soro. But rat no e broni no eti ase e be information say I'm not from pon or mystical powers. On the man did free soro baye. Eban ameshe for me banka krakra. Murukuruma de chesa. And from a fitter boy, a banka krakra de besi will be comfort. So what does it comprehend? Baku is giving a very specific information when you feel as antiphobia in 1923. Yeah, say at the end free soro. Eban the description. Say go to kata. Wooden is too, now a partly gold. Now, don't my bone, they be said, don't my moon, or bring comfort and madam my buy. But what would Agyeman bedu say? Ye can afford the inferiority complex. Yes, should you bet man and take for so. But Agyeman bedu say, or comfort barely no bet me after gold of the soro. I think at the end of Canano, you buy one so. But for your information, the original Sikadwa have never ever come out a mabon to that. Name the replica we used to represent the Sikadwa as someone on. Yeah, the quack, the call 1926 in Tokwa, and the So, how did you comprehend these two narratives together? Obroni respecting the mystical powers of Nkrumah, Rattray, or respecting the existence of Sikadwa free sorobaye, not mystical power of Nkrumah, and the Agyeman occurrences, he had admitted it in his book. But he's condemning it, or sim and see, or see as a song, or conphobia and Sikadwa. So what did you component this together? Mr. Agyeman, are you for? Is your brain working? With my humble opinion, because I said, your man Krano Abeye and Kromunye. Listen to people like you. How did these two narratives? How did you even component them together? What element did they have in common? They don't have any compound together. No, even in similarities. There's nothing that they share with these two narratives. One is totally condemning it. One is totally admit to say and see. But the book is admitted that there is a mystical power. And a man with a mystical and supernatural powers. Yeah, friend, I'm not checking for. And now no man any free a sort of fiscal in a Bible. And there was a wooden, partly covered with gold. Ebinu so adoma bon, ebinu so adoma mon. Na de na free so wi le ba from name of ba kra was sankama dinin sencheni esi ye. Adeche sign me wie mu yetum. Ebi also from a fitter boy. Ama nye fitter me kukuru nipa koi. So this is what Rattray said. So how did you compare this to what? What in na? What peja beji abakra mesin krofo ekwa hono? How did you compare this together? Unless Mutadomafoya, what people with this background, with this brain, will not do respect some of you. Ah, goodness. What is reason?
Bookshop, Ubenya Biato. Oko University of Ghana, Bishop Ubenya Biato. Ah, any secret. Adia ko woman bia, na any secret view. Now, Asema Okaye, Eddie describe Sikadwa, say Asante authorities, Asante Ahim from Panimfo, and the country.
Was it some of Asante? He never mentioned Asante authorities. Or say some Asantes. Some say this, some say this.
Sikadwa say that you know. Asa, Mfia Honey, Asante Panimfo, Ukwe, a security, we are seeing now. Asante from Panimfo, so Ubia Meka said the Rattray.
I didn't know because the Rattray can't end. So because the Rattray can't end, and I said Sikadwa and Frisrama. Because Raleigh book admits that Sikadwa have the mystical powers. Admits that Sikadwa came with a supernatural force. And the man called Anokye, who possessed the mystical supernatural powers, was the one who chant used the mystical powers and supernatural existence to call for the Sikadwa from the sky. Ebi also, he described the Sikadwa say it was a wooden stool covered with gold. Ebi no say na adoma bon, obi no say na adoma mo. So what do you want the Asante to learn the book? In what matter? Is it a different story from what the Asante have already? Say Sikadwa for the soro. So we come for the mess Sikadwa ba ye. Say besi wo say tu na so. Say mununkuruma de chisa mununkurum ba. And as and from a fitter boy man you and you fitter for the buy. Obri come for Rattray ekom ya say de na kura Sikadwa mu no tumi de kura na mudu. Mpo kura say okọ conscience. Sankuma do to the near na tukata so no sa so to aso. So what are we? And even say Rattray can be crowded senya. Those time 100 years now come. How many Akan people? How many black people know how to read? Know how to even speak English? Understand the writing of English? Or understand the reading of English those days? And this book, when was it published? Where? It was published in America. How many Ghanaians even know America? How many even sorry, say Ghana. How many Akan knows America? How many Akans even know how to read, even understand the book? And what did the Rattray even said? He did not say nothing. He actually admits the existence and the supernatural power of the Obrikon for Anokye and the Golden Stool coming right from the sky. Papa, I don't think say here, I swear to God, and Juma.
It is an Obi Koken can Rattray's book. Now, Oka say, Nidia Crown or Doubt, and I say, Niti Bonase, say, Sikadwa in freeze runner by.
Papa, we pass, so Obi Koken can write the book. No, cat on the Doubt. Sikadwa couldn't freeze runner by. Did Rattray mention anything as such in his book? Did Rattray or mention anything as such? And now say he supported the history said Sikadwa for the show. He gives a more in detail about how the Sikadwa appears and what it came for. And to quite so and no making a book or actually say yes, Sikadwa for the show, or we come for have a mystical powers, and there's the narrative for 500 years ago from some Asante and some Asantes. Huh? What did Rattray do? Rather than projecting the mystical power of the existence of Obrikon for Anokye, projecting the supernatural power and the supernatural mystical power he invested in Sikadwa. What did he do? By promoting the Asante custom and culture, telling history from 100 years ago, They know well know than us. Not be modernization. So they were more inducted into themselves, their identity. And they told him this history 100 years ago. Sikadwa free soro, bani me see ye, I'm a from say pool, never buy wooden to a covering with gold. Adoma bobo be missing Adomani Mohon, or be a castle or 2 for Adomani Mohon. So how would you think it said? They say Sikadwa Rattray book now say publishing in America, I church say big on UK, and nan bebre. Yeah, one more geographic in ne, one more history university across the world. Reading these books. I was the Sikadwa free soro. A crazy word the Sikadwa is. Aba Ghana, Besha Ghana. Ama Ghana nyesika. A crazy word. Some be have mystical power of that Sikadwa. One be witness say that mystical being a fellow brick on furniture. So what do you want the Asante to challenge? What? Challenge somebody who projecting the power of Asante people? Challenge a book that's promoting and also supporting the information of Sikadwa free soro. Yen challenge what? In what manner? A dear manner on yen challenge. What he said? This man, no sense.
If he say, Rattray account me at as say, I don't want to see no and a was Sikadwa no. Me and a Kujano free if we were bound in their bone. In Siadia. Or for not chain a share or see to say on finance and yet.
Hey!
We
Na mebo. What me admit is at the end of the room. Now, even according to Rattray, was say some of the Asante said is at the end of na domane bobo dada and a buy. And some of Asante said at the end of na domane bobo. No blink off what not and a share was say two. Say onye adomano and 9 against ya. No famable mienu ye bronze, mienu ye Sikadwa, mienu ye fence gold. Na omon famable. So what does it got to do with disputing the fact that Sikadwa for the soro? Huh? At the same year, way, God have created me spiritually. But if there's something I have to add up to myself physically to beautify and enabling myself, I have to do it physically with my hand. Like if I want to use a lipstick, onyame fa lipstick ni mfi so fam dem. If I want to do my hair and tidy my hair, onyame fa extension and I say hair ni metwetwa so. So my physical able body will be doing that beautification for myself. And beside that, it was a source. Rattray wonya yefri some of the Asante in 1923, and some also na late said never adomane dada. So what has that got to do with what? Papa, can you understand your explanation? What kind of meaning? Just say, how could people be on your comment section with this and say you are really wise? Oh yeah, bunya sabwako. Then yes, asabi, asas antiman pokura kwazieni. Na kwasi omukro ko be yedi hene. In fact, sometimes I think say I can't walk. It told be we should be proud of ourselves. Then crophobia can for my they can't be reasoned. Just listen to this, oh. Listen to this. Such a miserable explanation, your name. Such a disgusting, disgrace explanation, your name. And your name was system. So be on was yes, or call university. Mimi ko university that. Min see university compound or craminibi. Compound or mimura bimuda. But I'm even shocked. So what Timika Brofu interpreted opposites. Oh, we are was all a person was trusty as someone an Agyeman bedukaye in component with what Rattray Samokai. What a shock. I'm so only BB explaining. He just went there to disgrace himself. And you can imagine, say, look at this comment. And Agyeman, keep on your good work. Never discourage and never mind any insult. What good work? And somebody said, Bakuno Kara say, Ebno man Yansabua Kwako Agyeman. This. Where are we going in Yakro? Where are we going? Where is the brain to reason and to think? I am so just say. In fact,
brass, you and your gold, and your fanya domamino. Dishonored area. Million team. Ntopa ye kun ewai. Ewai. Asam you. And I want to and yes secret. It is so bitter no poka.
I'm surprised.
Sikano Biano cry or ye miss a free the buy. No moment. Also say. Nipane denensas ye asoso one. Already no.
Enough of listening to fools. You came here, brought your own evidence. You read it in a different dialect or different language to all of us in Dofokasa. Interpretation want to be interpreted the walking can. Secondly, Nanajima bedu ejina sa association na se ese okonfo biele ni ho ye obetimi Africa you afiri soro na ade ne kra na anu yo de babo ntina no ba hu se ba asoso na ba ye de na ba ka se basic adwa ba afiri soro. This is a narrative of Nana Agyeman bedu. But when we're reading Rattray to us, Rattray say Sikadwa no ho asem a wo kan na say santimani na wa kon mo kra o yeso obebusa ho asem. Nana British official na they don't want to get involved. It will approach because I be no anya sit on residents of Kumasi and Asantimani mu. To approach Asantefo no binom. Na binom na ka che ne say abra Sikadwa ni free soroban. Na na say tu no. So he was informed. Emma ne buy ebetnasi. Na de ni free soroban. Ama me hwe som say putupuru da bi. Nemum ade chisan. Munukrum si ewiemu yese biri. Amen from mafita dindindi bi ade dot fita boy. Ama de ne banka kranka be si wotumfo zetu. Ye wodi kan na aso. Na according to nkrofo kro no mo kan no se ade na eba. Empedifo se na ye woodin and ye di gold adwira ho. Na binom se efri soroba no. Na adoma ne bobɔ ho dada. Na binom se efri soroba no. Na adoma ne bobɔ ho. Na emoma no chefrempon. Na kache o se to say onya adoma ne nan, mienu bronze, mienu gold. No one farm bobɔ ho. What does this narrative got to do with Agyeman bedu debunking the fact? Or no etuntumi yakani. Debunking the fact is say yeri tuntum ni bi oye obi konfo Anokye oye konfo. You obetime have some mystical powers no. Africa Sikadwa free suraba. Be oye su bi wotimi na ntinsuo so. Be Rattray as a white man admit say free so the buy eh. Ebi so. What does that got to do with say what see yaso? Na Rattray so je only to say a free suraba no go ayi wood na eri gold afa ho nyina and the free suraba eh. What does that got to do with that? Two different opinions. One condemning what Rattray said in his book. Agyeman bedu is condemning what Rattray said. So what are you trying to twist? The knowledge of the good people to enable them to be reasonable. Sepen mo was what twisted the fact to say. Rattray kraka say. To say Agyeman bedu be kasiya. Be dina them say. Is it the same story or different opposite story? A different opposite story. Rattray admits, confirmed, supports the supernatural power and the mystical existence of the Briconfo Anokye. Also supports and then believes the existence of Sikadwa coming from the sky. And the miracles and the supernatural incidents that happens there. What has it got to do with Nana Agyeman bedu? Condemning, not believing, disrespecting. I hope my video finds you were to be reasonable. Because you are not one, basically. It's so disgusting. Say, enipa mi bintimi enyere. Meba ebio. No, I'll be some question. But I'll come just 30 minutes back. Can remember no be some question.